and let me face it and let me love it and let me move through it. So I am no longer the story. My story is here for me to tell my story so you can tell your story, so you can get through your story, so we can all live heaven on earth, so we can avoid the surgeries, so we can avoid what they say is true.
Hello, and welcome to the Energy F.L.O.W podcast. I'm Kelly Kennedy, and I am here to discuss all things energy, fascia, lymphatics, oxygen, and water. Over my 26 years of being on this journey and 19 years in clinical practice, dealing with chronically ill, chronically pained, to the optimizing of health and to everything in between, we have learned throughout these years how to efficiently and effectively teach people how the body works, get them engaged in that system, help them understand how the universe works and how those two connect. And that's what this Energy F.L.O.W podcast is about. Whether you are new to us or you've been a longtime listener of over 4 years now, we are so happy and honored to share our heart's honest truth about what we know, what has worked for us, what's worked in the clinical practice, and what might be the key to your next step in your journey. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing this with all that it will resonate with. We look forward to each and every moment of our genuine connection. Thank you for listening.
Hello, and welcome to the Energy F.L.O.W podcast. I want to tell you a little story today that is like a torus field. It wraps around and has a center and then kind of wraps around again. And it's a 31-year cycle, essentially. And this all started in 1993 when I was pre-med at Cornell. And honestly, it started before that, right at the moment of conception. But in all honesty, at 7 years old, I was informed that my father had terminal cancer. He didn't die till I was 20. He died 1 year-ish, about 11 months actually, after I was in a horrible car accident while pre-med at Cornell University and was told that this collegiate rower was now going to live in pain for the rest of her life and that one day she'd have to have surgery. And I didn't believe it. So I said, no surgery, thanks anyway. So I found Ian Kennedy, I found vibrational medicine, energetic medicine, and I had spontaneous healings and I started to feel amazing to the point where I was playing basketball and broke my lower leg, broke my left leg in a pickup game. And I healed from that. I was told I had to have surgery. I said no, and I healed from that. Fast forward, I don't know, that was my early 20s. So fast forward, Silas, who's now 11, was just turning 1, and I was in a muck fest and I broke my left arm. And again, stupid human trick, wasn't properly trained for this and did a pickup weekend thing and essentially hurt myself. And I healed from that. I was told I'd have to have pins and I didn't. It healed. Then fast forward to January 19th of 2024, and it was a nor'easter. We were supposed to fly to Florida that day for my 50th birthday, which was 3 days from then. But we got snowed in. And after our wonderful adventure of sledding across the street from our office in which I'm recording this, I went home and I walked the dog. And on that infamous walk, I broke my left elbow on ice. I also dislocated my shoulder. Fast forward 4 months, I was on my first journey adventure, kind of out and about, like going back to real world. And I was at the Cellcore event and I fell and dislocated 6 ribs. I tripped over a tablecloth. Fast forward to December 21st, and I was on a table feeling really good. I was told, by the way, I had to have surgery in my elbow in order for me to get full range of motion and full pressure back. And my dislocated shoulder, I probably have to have surgery on that. I tore my my labia and my labrium, not my labia, my labrium. That's funny for those of you who know anatomy. But bottom line is, none of that was true. I allowed the body to heal that. Oh, back up in 2018, I had a panoramic x-ray and was told you need surgery because that cavitation surgery you had 12 years prior, you didn't grow bone where you were supposed to grow bone. While there was no infection, there was still no bone growth. I said, Dr. Caratola, let me just meditate and see if we can't grow it. 2 years later in 2020, we took another x-ray, and sure enough, I had grown bone. So not once, not twice, not three times, but four times I've been told I need surgery. And I said no and allowed the body to heal itself. And I'm here as evidence as a 50-year-old woman to tell you that I never had to get any of those surgeries. And I had to learn how the body worked. That said, 1994, so I was in the car accident on December 29th. So I got out of the hospital on like January 2nd or something in 1994. In February, my father had a stroke of that year. In November of 1994, my father died. In 2024, I broke my elbow, dislocated my shoulder, dislocated the ribs, and I lived in pain for 6 months. And I was on an edge I hadn't been on in a long time. 30 years. I had used all the tools, I was doing all the things, but I didn't feel different. And yeah, isn't that what I teach? And I wasn't doing my own work on myself. I wasn't calling myself out on the mat. I wasn't literally focused on my breath and my body and finding where it was and feeling the pain and moving through it, because pain sucks. I'm here to tell you, pain fucking sucks. Physical pain fucking sucks. Emotional pain fucking sucks. It all sucks. Pain is that, and suffering, though, is optional. That's the thing I've learned through all this work, through all this energy work. It's optional. Okay, great. Then how can I get the fuck out of pain? Because through my journey, I got out of pain. I had the spontaneous healing with Ian, and I was great until he told me to go meditate at a monastery, and all the pain came back as soon as I sat still in silence. And then that journey for the next 20 years was I was pain free as long as I wasn't meditating. If I was in meditation, then I basically fought myself the whole time. Didn't mean I didn't still meditate. I still did it. And then I got deep into meditation through Dr. Joe Dispenza's work and Sadhguru's work over the last 4 years. And I got to the point where, oh my God, I'm not in pain if I meditate. And then the little joke happened. Universe plays lots of jokes with me. Then I was only in pain now when I wasn't in meditation. So what the fuck? I can't get out of pain no matter what I'm doing. That's kind of the lesson I learned through my life. Like, pain is just the way you're going to do it. While I knew it was emotional and it was about deep shit inside, I also knew I was feeling it and experiencing it in a physical way. So I continued to do my work and face myself. And I got 8 months in 2023 where I felt no pain, whether I was meditating, not meditating, no matter what kind of bed I slept in, no matter what kind of bag I carried, no matter what physical body work I did, I felt awesome and I had no pain and I was enjoying meditation so much. And then I asked the question in December of 23, universe, God, source, love, light, how's this all supposed to go faster? How does the quantum really work? How do we go faster to go slower? And 19 days later, I broke my elbow and I had to call myself out over the summer and find a lot of downtime and a lot of opportunity to go inside and heal. And I went to the therapist. I saw Deanna Hansen and she was very helpful. I did the blocking. I saw orthopedic specialists and quantum neurologists and chiropractors and fascia specialists. And I was still at a certain level. I was stuck. And it wasn't until I went on a retreat with water, it wasn't until I faced my own demons that I knew it was inevitable I was going to heal, and I allowed myself to feel the pain, that I was able to get full range of motion back. And then in December 21st of this year, as I was laying on a table to be helped, to be given love, to be treated by a dear friend of mine for only our second time together, about 2-hour session, about 10 minutes left of the session. And through no fault of his, it was my fault as well. We co-created an opportunity for me to have one of my upper ribs and my clavicle, my scapula on the left side go out of location. And I spent the next 9 days of our holiday again in pain. facing myself again. 2024 was a rough year. And yet it was an amazing year of diving deep and realizing that I can overcome this, even if I'm in pain, even if I got nothing left, that I get down on my hands and knees and cry and go, God, please just show me the way. Hello, my beautiful listeners and viewers of the Energy Flow podcast. First of all, thank you for your loyal listening and your active engagement in this lovely project known as the Energy Flow podcast. And as you know, we have changed it a little bit in the last few months, and now we have a tier 1 membership and a tier 2 membership, which allows you to go with me deep, fast, like I like to. So in the tier 1, you get to hear the second part of these episodes, so we can go a little bit more involved and say things perhaps we couldn't say on every platform. In the tier 2, you also get to be part of our Q&A, where you get to bring your questions directly to me for me to answer once a month, as well as an organized platform for you to dive into fascia, lymph, energy, water, and oxygen, so you can get your energy flow going. Join us on this membership platform for only $23 a month for that investment in yourself, because you know you are worth it. Join me. See ya at the Q&A. I woke up on January 1st completely out of pain, that my rib had gone back in place. And I'm so grateful for all the tools I have. And yet, to be honest with you, I used a little ibuprofen the night before. I don't use ibuprofen, but I did. I was like, hey, I need a little assistance. And it was okay. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. And, throughout the holiday, I had my red light and my Weber watch and my block and my koosh ball, which, by the way, I have a new relationship with koosh ball. We've been sleeping together for 4 days. I just want to come out of the closet and let everybody know the koosh ball and I have a relationship. I used my Nest Health device. I used my RRT. I used my Flow Vibe, of course. I saw my chiropractor. I did Sound of Soul, of course. I took baths, Epsom salt baths. I did my movement. I did my PEMF mat. I did my Align mat. I did my Flow Prezzo. I did the Vibe bed. I did all the things. But it was really about letting go as much as doing that allowed it to heal. And it was letting go of, like, what if it was just a little ibuprofen that got me out of pain, that got me out of the inflammation, that allowed my body to relax enough to heal? And that's exactly what happened. I woke up in the morning, was like, oh my God, ibuprofen's a miracle. I've maybe taken it 15 times in 30 years. But the point is that what I opened this year up, this 2024 year, with, or last year, now I can say that, with, I want to soften. I want that to be softening. I want it to be a softening year. And I softened. I had no choice but to soften. Living in pain 24 hours a day for like 9 months out of this year, I had no choice. I didn't have anything left in me but to be soft. At the end of the year, what I would have said, what I would say rather, that I learned was, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that's a good softening approach. So as we dive into 2025, I ask you to consider what word, what phrase, what sentence is going to be meaningful to you, to hold space for you, to realign you, to focus your attention on how you can evolve through this year for yourself. Because as we all know, there's nothing outside of us that heals. Everything we need is inside of us. So this year, two things I want to tell you real quick. One, in that documentary, I was honored to be in a documentary, and I got to connect with a dear friend of mine that weekend at the A4M event in Vegas. Somebody that I've known for 27 years or so, somebody who's a chiropractor who's been near and dear, Dr. Howard Cohn. A lot of you've heard the podcast that he and I've done. Um, but we really got a chance to connect as friends again, which hasn't happened in a long time. And at one point he said to me, I want you, you're such a badass, or something like that. And he said, I want you to own that room like you are Kelly fucking Kennedy. You are KFK. So I'm going by KFK for now. I'm Kelly fucking Kennedy. I'm the girl that overcame 4 times when they said I needed surgery. I said, no, I trust my body. I'm the girl that said there's no autoimmune. It's a self-healing body. You're fucking wrong. I'm the girl that said, I don't know, I really do think that the ovaries and the prostate are part of your lymph system. I'm the girl that said, I don't fucking care if we don't have a medical doctor. We're going to find a way to make sure you have your scars treated. And we found all sorts of ways to get the scars treated non-invasively. I'm the girl that made sure that no matter what, if we had a medical doctor here or not, you get what you need out of this office, out of this center, so that you can overcome your own health obstacles. I'm the girl that introduced people to live blood analysis in the lymph system and fascia in a way that opened their eyes and allowed them to see the spaces between the cells is the most important aspect of the playing field that we can play in. I'm the girl that no matter what has come to you with the truth, even if it's gotten me deplatformed, even if it's caused issues in my life, I'm the girl who sought the truth no matter what above everything else. I'm the girl who wanted you all to know how your immune system worked when COVID hit and made sure that you knew it wasn't in a mask or a fucking shot. I'm the girl who wants you to know that you have everything you need inside of you. I'm Kelly fucking Kennedy, and I'm here to bring all of this to your world, to give you the foundational steps of how to care for your body, how to work within the system, and how that lymph is so much more than just pumping your nodes, although that's a great place to start and where it has to start. I'm the girl that's here to teach you how to overcome the blockades to healing, and I'm the girl that's going to teach you that it's all about the heart. I'm the scientist girl who wanted to go pre-med because she didn't want to live a life full of cancer. And I'm the girl that's going to teach you how your body really works so that you and Kelly fucking Kennedy can live heaven on earth and really live within your own light, within your own sound, harmonizing with those around you and living your authentic best version of yourself without compromising who you are. I'm the girl that's going to show you how to do that. I'm it. You're it. We're all it. And this word it was something that used to be a trigger word for me. This word trigger gets pounced around a lot with trauma work. And as a trauma specialist, I'll call myself, don't we want to get away from our triggers? I grew up in a very Irish Catholic family, and there was a lot of talk about drinking and there was a lot of fun about drinking. And for me, it was more of a trigger. It was like, I don't love that we all drink all the time. And I'm different than that now. I mean, it doesn't cause a trigger for me. If everybody's sitting around drinking and what I would call out of balance, it doesn't trigger me anymore. Just like the word it doesn't trigger me. If something is triggering me, it's me being triggered. It's not the person using the word. So that means I got to do some work inside and figure out why the fuck that's a problem. And the word it used to be that for me because my brother, thank God, was a tough cookie and called me that it for 9 years. And now I'm here to tell you we're all it. I'm it. You're it. That's right. We are it. And we got this. And 2025 is our year. How do we go faster? We slow down. How do we slow down? We take a breath and a step and a pause. And we allow ourselves to lean into even the toughest years, the years where it feels like it's never going to end. And we find out, what does this mean for us? Why am I repeating my past? Why does this pattern keep showing up? Let me dive in on the inside and figure out why that pattern exists. And let me face it and let me love it and let me move through it. So I am no longer the story. My story is here for me to tell my story so you can tell your story, so you can get through your story, so we can all live heaven on earth, so we can avoid the surgeries, so we can avoid what they say is true, because you know how your body works. You know you're a divine being living a physical body, having a physical symptom. I know that, and you know that. Now let's prove it. Documentation beats conversation. And in 2025, we have so many amazing things happening. The Flow Form is just beginning. That's our membership program where we are blooming that to flourish it into your life so that you have all the foundational steps, practical understandings, everything you need to move forward in your life with ease and grace. We have other launches this year, from our water bottles to our retreat days to our full immersions to our virtual programs, to facilitate your transformation. Dragonflies, for those of you who don't know, are sit in water for 7 years. before they come out of their cocoon, and they go right from water to flying. I feel like I have been in the cocoon for 31 years, and this year I get to fly. And I look forward to each and every moment of that with each and every one of you. Let me know what you need, what we can offer you. We are here for you. I am here for you. I was at an event this summer where a very dear friend, Renee, gave me the Brandi Carlile song and said, "Have you heard this song, this story?" And I want you to listen to it here at the end. This is Leanne Rimes singing Brenda Carlisle's song, but I like Leanne's rendition, perhaps because I love Leanne so much. I'm not sure. But that said, I just invite you to really listen to this as if you were born for everyone in your life, for the universe, that you were born, that I was born for you, because we are all one. And when we can start to really identify that the buttons that people are pushing, the people that are pissing me off are really just me and me holding on to something that no longer serves me, we truly can be free. And this year I had a lot of hangups. Prior to this year, I had a lot of hangups in my body, a lot of rigidities, a lot of stiffness, a lot of compulsions, I'll say. And I'm very grateful for everyone who supported me, for every one of you who has sent me love, for every one of you who's asked about this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to say, let's go. This is our year. 2025 is the year where you get to feel the heart of it. The work you've put in, the passion you've put in, it's all about the heart. And there's so much more coming from the True Wellness team. Know that it's all about the heart, it's all about energy flow, and it's all about us proving that documentation beats conversation, and that you got this, and that we got this together. I love you, and truly from my heart to yours, stay in your heart until next time. This is Kelly fucking Kennedy, KFK.
Well, champions of the vibe flow community, energy flowing through that body, thank you for sharing this time with us and getting through the entire episode today. I know time is what we're spending here as our currency on this planet as people, and it really does mean a lot that as we devote our time and energy into creating this content, that you stuck with us throughout it. So if you would like more on this particular subject from this expert and get that free gift, make sure to register for our Energy Flow Forum. And you too, with a very nominal price, can access all sorts of upgraded content and deeper dives into the very subjects that you love: energy, fascia, lymphatics, oxygen, and water. As you know, as always on this show and any content that we create, it is for your own health purposes. This is not intended to be advice or medical diagnoses or professional advice. It's purely information that if it resonates with you and you apply it and you upgrade, we love to hear about it. What a great coincidence, and we're happy to be on that journey with you. If this doesn't resonate with you, and you know somebody it will, pass it along. And in the meantime, know that we truly are here to show you and explain to you and be with you through this lovely journey of life, and to share our experiences together and help each other upgrade, because that's how we're going to do this together, collaborating with love at the center. I'm Kelly Kennedy, and I am so grateful from my heart to yours to share this time, energy, and space with you.